Let's get to the defensive free agents. Josh Sweat comes in at number 1, Eagles D end. Zack Baun, number 2. Milton Williams, number 3. Were the Eagles good this year?
Crazy.
Byron Murphy, the cornerback for the Vikings at number 4. Javon Holland, the Dolphins safety 5. DJ Reed for the cornerback for the Jets at 6. Osa Digizua, Cowboys DT 7. Justin Reed 8. Carlton Davis, the Lions corner 9. Charvarius Ward, the 49ers corner 10. Talanoa Hufanga, former All-Pro safety for the 49ers at 11. Nick Bolton, Chiefs linebacker 12. Khalil Mack 13. Chase Young 14. Trayvon Merrick, Raiders safety at 15. Cam Bynum, Vikings safety 16. Jordan Lewis, the Cowboys corner at 17. Roswell Douglas, Bills corner at 18. Paulson Adebo, Saints corner at 19. A lot of corners. Sante Samuel, Chargers corner 20. DeMarcus Lawrence, the Cowboys defensive end at 21. Dre Greenlaw, now hopefully with a healthy Achilles, 22. Levi Muzurike, the Lions DT at 23. Justin Simmons, Falcons safety at 24. And then Azeez Ojulari, Giants defensive end at 25. Josh Sweat, though, 3 years, $18 million is the projection. I think he ends up getting higher than that because he's still only 28 years old. Coming off, obviously, a Super Bowl where he was one of the most impactful players. That's obviously going to help you make some money. I think he's a Patriot. They have the most money. They have a need at the edge. They're going to have to throw around some big money, some big contracts. Feels like this is a guy that, coming off a Super Bowl win, you would want in the fold there. Yeah,
Josh Sweat. I mean, talk about playing your best when your best is needed. And the impact he'll have somewhere is immediate. You know, this game's all about throwing the football around. And when you've got a guy who can go out there and win on the edge, you got a real winner in the building. So find a way to get him. There's a reason he's number 1 on this list. And it's funny, there's 3 Eagles at the top of the list. And you said, were the Eagles good this year? It's comical in a league with such parity that's the situation we're in.
Zack Baun, number 2, 3 years, $13 million is the projection. He's only 28. Obviously, first year as an off-ball linebacker as a starter. I think he's back with the Eagles. 1, because he was so crucial to them. 2, because why would he not want to be in that scheme with that defensive line in front of him? I think it all makes too much sense. Milton Williams, his contract's going to be tough for the Eagles to fit in. Higher than all the other guys on this list. I believe. Actually, no, we got Osa Digizua at the higher projection, but 3 years, $21 million per year for Milton Williams. I think it could even be higher than that, given what the cap went to. He's 26. He's coming into his own. He's a high-end pass rusher. Those guys are coveted. The team I like for him, who has a lot of space, who desperately has a need, Arizona Cardinals. $76 million in cap space. They are completely lacking an interior penetrator in that defense, and there you go. You got one. You in a division that's like chock full of these guys that can get after the passer on the interior, whether it's Javon Hargrave for 49ers, whether it's Fisk and Turner for the Rams, whether it's Byron Murphy, Leonard Williams for the Seahawks. You need your own. You need your own if you're going to keep up in that division. So Milton Williams is my prediction.
Yeah, I think you just named all these interior pass rushers, interior winners in the NFC West. That's a scary division. You know, there's certain divisions when you reach free agency or you're thinking about trades as an offensive lineman, or even when you're coming out in the draft, you're like, I hope I don't end up in that division because I'm going to have to play all these bastards twice a year. That is running the gauntlet right there. But yeah, I could totally see him ending up in Arizona. When you have a winner on the inside, I think it's more important than a winner on the outside. And Milton Williams played his balls off. And what a way to go. Just go out there, win the Super Bowl, and then end up in, the Sonoran Valley, Sonoran Desert. Just a great place to play. And you're going to be on – you got the best grass, out there too. So save your body a little bit. There's a lot of factors that go into play here.
All right, next one. Byron Murphy, Vikings corner, obviously started his career with the Cardinals. 3 years, $17.3 million is the projection. He's 27 years old. I threw Commanders in here. I didn't have a great handle on where exactly they obviously would have the need in the slot. They kind of threw Mike Singer still on the outside. Maybe they put him back on the inside and maybe want more of an outside corner. If that's the case, obviously not there. I think the Vikings will really want to re-sign him, though. I think they want his ability to play man coverage in the slot in that defense because it's such a difficult role in today's NFL, and he does it about as well as anyone.
I don't watch the little guys. You know that, man.
All right, Javon Holland, Dolphin safety next. To me, think
I watch him. He's a duck. I know him.
He's too low on this list. I think he's a very likely guy, though, to reunite with Brian Flores. He's only 25, 4 years, $19.5 million. He was drafted by Brian Flores. His versatility is coveted by a guy like Brian Flores, and they might lose Cam Bynum and Harrison Smith this offseason. They may lose two of their safeties, backfilling at that position. They got the cap space to do it. I think he is a Viking when it's all said and done, because the Dolphins, unfortunately, they're going to have to let him walk out the door.
So
they're not going to be able to match
Byron Murphy and Javon Holland roaming the same secondary.
That would be scary. I mean,
I know
they're maybe not as scary as what they had last year.
They might as well get the guy that we're about to talk about from the Jets.
DJ Reed, Jets corner.
There.
3 years, $14 million is the projection. He's 28 years old. Obviously, was an undersized corner coming out. Has not played undersized the last 2 years. This is the guy. I texted my brother. There's two guys in this class that I want. This free agent class that I want in the Packers. DJ Reed's one of them. I think he is one of the best man-match corners in the NFL right now. Very, very underrated because wasn't a first rounder. Doesn't have the traits that, jump off on the tape, but he is as good and is skilled. Yes. The Vikings game this past year, when going against Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson on the outside, was the best pure man cover tape I saw all year. It just, his ability to stay in hip pockets, special. And I don't think he's going to get paid a lot because he didn't get paid a lot to go to the Jets in the first place. And he's 20 years old.
He is to coverage what Lane Johnson is to pass pro. He's just out there like glued hip to hip with somebody all the time.
Yep. Pretty much. The guy is, let me look up his stats from this year. He was just difficult to throw against. He had 35 of 60 targets, 431 yards with 7 pass breakups. So
he's out there just covering his ass off.
Yeah. He's a talented guy. So that's who I want with the Packers. That's my call there.
Okay.
Next on the list, Osa Odigizua, Cowboys DT. He actually has the highest projection of any of the defensive players, according to PFF. 4 years, $21.2 million. First time hitting free agency. He's only 27 years old. Very impactful penetrator in the middle of that Cowboys defense. Obviously, the Cowboys would love to have him. The numbers don't add up. I don't think they could fit him in there and Micah Parsons. Because of that, the team I would love to sign him is the Chargers. I think they need the interior help. They got the 5th most cap space in the NFL. They've obviously last year, they went more under the radar free agents. They didn't pay top dollar to guys. But I think if Khalil Mack walks out that door, that's a big contract off the books that maybe you want to refill along the defensive line. So that's my projection for him.
Chargers, man, they just have a bunch of badass. If he rolls in there, that defense
I expect them to be.
Defense always has an edge. And if you get a guy, they've had two edge rushers and good physical back end play, smart, heady safety play and stuff like that. You throw a guy in the middle and you got a bunch of different parts working well together. I could see that. A team who would need him if money didn't exist is the Kansas City Chiefs. I think, a guy like that would be able to bolster that middle. You got bullied throughout the playoffs and in the Super Bowl. I don't know.
They're going to be tough signing free agents. They're probably going to go.
They don't have any money.
Basement bin, which can be fruitful. I mean,
McElmore,
Chargers last year. You saw the Chargers get guys like Poona Ford last year to revitalize that defense.
Yeah.
It can be done if you're good at identifying talent for your scheme. All right, next one. Speaking of the Chiefs, Justin Reed, 3 years, $15.5 million. The projection. He's 28 years old. The team I love for him, and we'll get to them also a little later in the mailbag because someone asked about him. But the Denver Broncos, PJ Locke was not good last year, shall we say. They need someone. The run defense was kind of a problem. They need someone that can run the alley well. I think Justin Reed's about as good as that as any safety in the league. So you hit on Brandon Jones at one of the safety positions. I think adding Justin Reed there or going to the draft, they're going to be looking to upgrade that position. Carlton Davis.
That would be beef in the division. Justin Reed in Denver. That would be a lot of fun. All I'm saying.
Carlton Davis, cornerback for the Lions, 3 years, $14 million of projection. He's 28 years old. I think he just follows Aaron Glenn to New York. I think Glenn wanted him. That's why they traded for him. He utilized him as a number one type of corner to press at the line of scrimmage a lot. perfect fit for the defense. Put him across from Sauce Gardner, and then you free yourself up come draft time, not having to pigeonhole yourself in the corner. And the last one, Charvarius Ward for the 49ers. 3-year, $14 million, 14.5 is the projection. He's 29 years old. Feels like the 49ers are just going to want to keep him. But there's a lot of corners. So if you need a cornerback, it is a good year for you to find one. My under-the-radar guy didn't even make this top 25. The second guy I want the Packers to sign, Malcolm Kuntz. Tore his ACL prior to last year, looked like he was on the path to maybe not stardom, but potential Pro Bowl-esque type of season. Had over 60 pressures in 2023. Obviously coming off the ACL, missed the entire season. Will come probably at a discount. Because of that, I think he's one of the more under the radar free agents that I can't wait to see.
Did Bobby Wagner retire? Okay.
No.
That's my under the radar guy.
That's who you want.
I'm looking at this list and I don't see Bobby Wagner on there. And if I'm a team that plays the game of football, I want a guy like Bobby Wagner. I don't care how old he is.
He is still just ageless. I mean, he just does things so well at the linebacker position in terms of just reading assignments, tackling, playing the run. He's not going to stop doing that anytime soon. I always used to wonder
blowing up running backs in pass protection.
Yeah. I mean, guys that played I feel like linebackers recently haven't played until they're mid to high 30s. I think the last one I remember was Patrick Willis. It was a decade ago.
Like London Fletcher and Patrick Willis.
And I thought it was just a thing of the past, right? Bobby Wagner proving that. Bobby Wagner and Demario Davis proving that is not a thing of the past.
I think Roquan's gonna play till he's 40.
You think so? He's another guy.
He just loves ball.